For millions of people in their 30s, traditional financial milestones feel locked away. Student loan balances, delayed wealth building through their 20s, and a housing market with record high entries now mathematically excludes them. In this environment, reaching for a tangible financial win feels like a necessity. That search for a win often leads to a car dealership. The average new car price in America currently sits at $47,000, leaving buyers with an average monthly payment of $735. Signing that paperwork feels like a reward for years of hard work. The decision to accept that $735 payment triggers a long-term math problem, one that eventually creates a massive gap in your retirement savings. This wealth drain persists because the auto industry has successfully rebranded a massive extraction of net worth as a modern cultural rite of passage. Marcus is 31, earns a solid $78,000 a year, and just received a promotion. For the last 4 years, he's been driving an older Honda Civic. It works perfectly fine for his commute, but it doesn't match his new title. Marcus lives in a culture of visible consumption, where peers treat car upgrades as the default symbol of success. He heads to a dealership on a Saturday afternoon just to see what his new raise can buy. He finds a new SUV for $44,500. The salesperson offers a 72-month loan at 7.4% interest, which hits that $735 monthly target. This 2-hour decision serves as a fork in the road. Marcus is splitting his financial future into 2 entirely different timelines. In Timeline A, Marcus signs the contract. He is now subject to depreciation, which functions as a highly efficient wealth extraction mechanism rather than simple wear and tear. The moment Marcus merges onto the highway, the vehicle loses 11% of its value, over $5,000 gone before reaching his driveway. By the end of year 1, the loss reaches 20%. By year 5, the $44,500 SUV is worth just $18,000. To hide this loss, the financing industry relies on the 72-month loan. Stretching the term to 6 years keeps the monthly payment manageable while masking the total interest and the speed of value loss. Over those 6 years, Marcus pays a total of $52,920. When he finally owns the car outright, he is left with an asset worth $18,000. The shaded area on this chart represents the $34,000 in value that simply vanished. This 72-month structure keeps Marcus in negative equity for the first half of the loan. If he loses his job or faces a medical crisis and needs to sell the car, he will owe the bank more than the vehicle is worth. Marcus has entered an engineered wealth destruction system, prioritizing a monthly convenience over his actual net worth. Now we look at Timeline B. Marcus leaves the dealership without the SUV. He spends $2,000 to maintain the Civic and begins investing the $735 difference into the market. This chart highlights why the 30s are critical. A dollar invested at 30 has 35 years to compound. A $10,000 investment grows to $147,000 by retirement. Waiting until age 45 yields only $43,000. That 15-year delay creates a $104,000 penalty. In this timeline, Marcus has $735 monthly investment snowballs. By age 40, the balance hits $113,000. By 50, compounding accelerates, reaching $282,000. By age 65, the account reaches $712,000, generated entirely by the gap between the car he drove and the one he almost bought. While the Civic didn't offer any social prestige, it provided Marcus with a retirement free of financial crisis. If the math favors Timeline B so heavily, why do so many people choose the wealth extraction of Timeline A? The auto industry targets the specific frustration of a generation locked out of the housing market. They pitch the car as the most accessible way to feel like you have attained a higher status. Dealerships maintain this focus by centering every negotiation on the monthly payment. This keeps the total cost of interest and depreciation out of sight. This data from a study of 10,000 millionaires reveals a significant disconnect between the appearance of wealth and actual net worth. The most common vehicles driven by American millionaires are Toyotas and Hondas, not luxury SUVs. Statistical wealth and the display of luxury are often inversely correlated. The people with the highest net worth generally drive the cars that lose the least amount of value. Transitioning to a car-smart approach means evaluating vehicles as a utility, moving past the emotional pull of the showroom floor. The key is calculating the 5-year total cost of ownership: purchase price, interest, insurance, maintenance, and depreciation. A new SUV costs between $55,000 and $65,000 over 5 years, while a reliable used vehicle costs less than half that amount. That $30,000 difference is the foundation of long-term wealth. Investing that gap instead of handing it to a dealership is what separates a comfortable retirement from a decade of playing catch-up. Understanding these numbers won't stop you from wanting a nice car, but it ensures your next decision is based on reality rather than a marketing illusion.